Something you touched on before about people hating the working class. Do you think that fuels a lot of something I've been thinking about? It fuels a lot of the sort of the woke culture, because now instead of focusing as the left used to do on the working class and bringing up social mobility, a lot of it's about all of this identity politics, a sort of a middle class thing going on.
I think the working class, especially, we're just very simple. You know, I grew up on a council estate. We've got a simple way of thinking, and I think that, you know, we want to be left to live and love and do our things, and stuff like gender politics and the LGBT stuff, and you know, people getting jobs because of the color of their skin or where they're from or being a minority and stuff like that. It's kind of like, you know, it just seems insane sometimes to have to deal with all of this crazy stuff that's going on in the world, when majority of working class people are worried about how they're going to pay their rent or losing their house, or at the moment with the current state of the country, you know, interest rates going up and like real legitimate problems that are going on, you know, with everything that's happening with the riots, or just serious legitimate problems. And then you got to argue with someone about whether or not you can use certain words or what you're saying, or, you know, banter was a big one when I was going through what I was going through. You know, they're trying to ban banter and men being men, and, you know, and it's just like, what planet are you living on? Like, there's real stuff going on here. Some of us got to pick between eating and eating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, right now, again, people outside the UK might not know, but there are just riots taking over the country on all sides politically. It seems at the moment there is a lot of sort of right wing or thought of as right-wing white working class people. Are they pissed off with what you're saying? I mean, you know, what you're saying now?
Yeah, I think that people, especially the media, legacy media, politicians especially, majority of journalists think that working class people are just thick, right? So if you don't want illegal immigration, they think that you don't want any immigration. Right, there's no in between. You can, you know, I put something on Twitter saying, listing everything that I felt was wrong with the country, everything that I could think of, from the Olympics looking like they've been put together by Sam Smith to you know, everything, you know, to gender ideologies being pushed on our kids, and you know, the you know, utility companies, water companies pillaging the British taxpayers' money and then dumping literal shit into our rivers. You know, we're living in squalor. Do you know what I mean? And I put illegal immigration, and it went mega viral. And the only thing that was picked up by the media, by the people, was that I was a racist far right thug, because I said that I don't believe in illegal immigration. My granddad's Indian. My granddad came here from India. He joined the RAF and became an aircraft engineer. You know, a quarter of my family came to the UK and helped rebuild it after the Second World War. You know, in that movement. So I'm a firm believer that immigration is actually the backbone of the UK, and there's beautiful families of all diversities that help the UK come together. You can see it in my friends and my family. But what I don't want or approve of or want more of is random men getting off boats unchecked, coming into the country and mixing with my 3 daughters. I just don't. And I've got a message for everyone that's out there, because there's quite a lot of people that are out there that don't have children, that are like screaming and shouting, there's nothing wrong with the boats and illegal immigration. You know, and then someone like me goes, well, I don't approve of illegal immigration. They go, well, you're racist. I go, well, I'm not, because my granddad's Indian, and actually I approve of immigration. It's the illegal immigration that scares the majority of people, and that's why they're out protesting. And I just feel like saying to them, right, okay, would you let one of these men come and live with you in your house and your family, unchecked, not knowing where he's from, who he is, or what his background is? Would you let him come and live with your family and mix with your kids? And some of them would say, yeah, but they'd be lying. 100% of them would say, no, I don't.
Have you seen those videos where they're protests, sort of "We welcome immigrants," and there was some, I think it was a guy, he was going around saying, "Oh, thank you so much for doing this, and can you just sign here, because we're actually allocating immigrants to people's homes," and everyone was like, "Oh no, I don't have space." Actually,
of course. Well, some people look at the UK as their home. Do you know what I mean? They don't, you know, you've got to have kids to, I think you really got to, I think having kids really makes you visualize it, especially when 3 young girls, I've got 3 girls, and I think it was 3 young girls were murdered, I think. I'm not sure, but, and then lots of others stabbed at a dance class. My girls.
He wasn't an immigrant, the fella. He was born in Wales.
But his parents were immigrants, right? Yeah, okay. But I mean, what I'm saying is that happened when stuff like that happens, it makes you question everything, right? So I'm looking at my daughters, they go to dance classes, and then I'm thinking to myself, wow, if that's happened, you know, what else could happen? And then you start thinking about everything. And that's what happened to me. I cried my eyes out when I saw that. And I started thinking about everything. And I angry tweeted a little bit. And then I look at the rest of the country angry tweeting. And then if you're angry tweeting and you're pulling up questions and queries about the country and the state of it, especially illegal immigration, now you're far right.